Trust and love are two different things. Working on a relationship and love are two different things. When we use the term love, I think that if we only are targeted romantic love, we're really limiting ourselves. I tell everybody I love them, and I love everybody. Even the people that have taught me lessons in life, I love them because those lessons have saved me. Those lessons have made me. Those lessons have made me excited about being me because I see it as hello, Bridget. When you start understanding this awareness that has to do with the awakening, um, it's a place that is a little bit uncertain um, because you're touching on areas of your life that were covered up. Um, and we covered up these areas through distraction, through an internal negotiation to not deal with something, right? Hello, Norma. Hello, Lily. This internal dilemma, this distraction, not to deal with our truth. And 2018, in order to plant the proper seeds, to plant the proper soul seeds. Hello, Leland. You gotta really start to generate that awareness and understand that this energetic shift is going to create some emptiness. It's going to create some doubt, and that's okay. And you can embrace that, right? So, because we don't know everything, we do indirectly, but consciously we're not knowing everything. Hello, Tina. Hello, Giovanni. So when you're planting a seed, a soul seed in that source soil, think of the fullness of what you're wanting your life to be. Don't dwell on necessarily the materialistic nature of it. Don't dwell on the man nature of it, like what man says is right. Dwell on the fullness of it. Because we are so connected directly and indirectly, micro and macro, that we kind of have distracted ourselves from this deep-rooted connection, like I said on Instagram, that deep root. We've been walking on the planet, not necessarily partaking of the planet. We've been living on the planet, not necessarily living with the planet. We've been living as a human, but not understanding humanity. We've been identifying ourselves as an individual, but not seeing that we are part of everything. And that has developed a kind of distraction, a distance. Hello. Hey, how's it going? And hello, Stephanie. So when you put forth that energy to plant that seed, think of it like this. The fullness. Hello, Melissa. You want to put that fullness in. You want to think what it looks like to be full. Like when you have a great meal, when you have a great time, when you have a great friend, when you have a full experience at something, when you see a sunset and it really touches you, when you hear a song and it really moves you. That's a level of fullness that the soul and the body and source are kind of, they're partaking of together. When I talk about getting grounded, hello Regina, when I talk about getting grounded and going back to the garden, it means that fullness, that identification of being here, planting yourself here. So even if you have stress, even if you have trouble, even if something in your life isn't going your way, even if you feel distant, even if you feel despair, even if you feel depression, it's okay, right? Because all of these elements, hello Jessica, all of these elements are necessary in the experience. So if I'm here, you're there, but we're together because we're interacting. So you're in a location that is not physically next to mine, such as source. You don't have to physically be in the same location to be part of that source. When I send you Reiki, or when you send me Reiki, or when I say I love you, or when I show love to you, you feel it because we're connected through the internet. Now, we also feel it on another level, on a natural level, on a fullness level with the planet, with the earth. And what we're not necessarily looking deep into is nature, and how nature is kind of orchestrated. I'm a big fan of martial arts. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Erwin. Hello, Nick. I'm a big fan of, yes, and spiritually we can move as well. Yes, we can. Shaman heal and travel borderless, right? They can touch people thousands of miles away because they understand this conduit, this fullness, this like the system, like the natural system. Like the tree takes in light, it feeds the trunk goes into the soil, and the soil also feeds the tree. But the tree's also giving new nutrients into the soil around it as well. And the leaves fall, they bring nitrogen and other great things to the soil. So it's a cycle. So we're taking ourselves out of the cycle because we're distracting ourselves. It's like what I said on Instagram. We should be one with her mother. Yes, exactly, Melissa. So when we're babies and we're so connected to source, we're so feeling, we're so full, we're so radiant. That's why when you see a baby, you kind of want one. You're like, oh my God, I want a baby. Because it's like this radiant angel. And you sit there and you see that connection. They're so plugged in. And then we, with our lack of being plugged in because of being told no and being kind of distanced with distraction, we start to provide the same distractions for the baby. We start to provide the same distraction for ourselves. Like, no, don't cry, look over here, don't cry, don't do this. Without water, nothing can live or breathe. This is true. So that baby's so connected that we distract it. We pull it away from the connection. We distract ourselves from the connection. Neela, love naturally flows and can't always control where it goes. Just have to work on boundaries. Love doesn't need a boundary, right? Love isn't about boundaries. Love is about just being. And that's the flow, the connection. Because I think we're mistaking romantic involvement for love. We're mistaking this sexual experience for love. The sexual experience is enhanced by love, but you don't have to love somebody to have sex with them. You don't have to love somebody to be in a relationship with them. A lot of people don't. Because they're not looking at love from that practicality. They're not looking at love from an abundant standpoint. They're not looking at love from the fullness of being in all things. Like the tree is giving me oxygen indirectly because of the principle of love. Hello, Elora. Love is this essence of giving. Like when you see an animal take down another animal, that animal is in accord as Gary Zukav said, is in accord and as in reverence with the other animal, and they work in a kind of a concerted effort together to provide this experience. True love for all things comes from the heart fully. Yes, it does. It does. It does. So that's why I said before, love, trust and love are two different things. Working on a relationship and love are two different things. When we use the term love, I think that if we only are targeted romantic love, we're really limiting ourselves. I tell everybody I love them, and I love everybody. Even the people that have taught me lessons in life, I love them because those lessons have saved me. Those lessons have made me. Those lessons have made me excited about being me because I see it as an experience. And when we are able to come from a place of knowing that love is the core of our, like, think of the solar system. The sun would be love. It gives us this radiant being. Without the sun, we don't survive. But the earth and the ecosystem of the earth is the experience. And that love gives us the light to live. That love gives us... sorry, I paused for a second. It was a station break. So like I was saying, so like the sun is everybody still here? Let me see. Okay, cool. So the sun is love, right? Hypothetically, the sun's love. The earth is the essence of the love in the experience. The earth has an ecosystem which is evolving, which is going through the series of experiences and utilizing the love in its daily life. The animal taking down another animal, or the bird getting nectar from the flower is allowed through love, but it is an experience on its own. So a relationship is an experience on its own right, but it comes from this place of love because we're here because of love. We're here because of life. I have this app. Oh my God. I have this app that keeps busting into my conversation. So the short version is, so when we're planting seeds in this, because we're talking about soul to soul, we're talking about seed planting. Yes, everything is sacred. All beings, all bees are sacred. Grass is sacred. So when we start having a reverence for these things, it's not about even respect, because respect is something that we believe to be earned, but reverence is something that we give because we live, right? So when we're reverent of something, we're in admonishment, and we also are reverent in people's experience. If I see someone that is angry and driving down the freeway, it's not necessarily my responsibility to counteract them and to be the catalyst that's going to stop them. I just love them because I just send them love. Their experience could be something different. If I see someone that is not having the experience which I'm having, and they're in their zone, they're in their thing, I have to honor that. They're in that experience. They've chosen that experience. They're evolving in their own way. All I do is have compassion and have love, and I express that, and I just be me, filling up more of my fullness by loving more, and loving without limits, loving without a limit. And it's not even unconditional love, because even to say unconditional love would be like saying unconditional light, right? It's like, is the sun unconditional? No, the sun just is. The sun just, we take it so for granted. The sun just, it's this insane mass of energy providing us energy to survive. It's not unconditional. It just exists. So even love itself, it's not that love is unconditional, because life is conditional in many ways, because life can either be dharmic or karmic. Life can be either you're living your cycle and you're in a status of everything you do is initiated by your choice, and then as you choose it, life unfolds, or life is just living, right? Oh, that was crazy. my focus went in and out. I believe it is our instinct to love, and we are socialized to love romantically. Exactly. Dharma, your karma. Yes, it is, Laura. You know, I said that all the time. Dharma, your karma. So we are sold love in a Valentine's Day card. We are sold love in the level of gifts we're giving. We're sold love in the size of a ring. We're sold love in the values and the vows that we put forward in a marriage. Grandfather's son is important. It helps with growth. Yes, it does. So love has nothing to do with how a marriage works out. Hello, Jax. Love has nothing to do with how a marriage works out. Love has nothing to do with whether I get in a car accident. Love has nothing to do in the sense of love. There's no less love in the world because I don't see it. There's no less love in the world because I don't give it. There's no less love in the world because I don't live it. It's my choice to experience it, but it's experiencing everything around me all the time. Even if I choose not to live in a place of love, love still lives in me, like the sun, like the light. The love still is existing inside of me. And when I deny it is when I become distracted. And it's when I can't dive deep. It's when I can't, because if I come from a place that's compassionate, and I live and operate in a place of compassion. Hello, Nancy. If I live in a place of compassion and I'm showing compassion to other people, it's going to be also showing compassion to me. So when I give of myself to other people, it's giving back to me. Happy Friday. So we need to start planting from a place of fullness. We need to start planting the soul seeds in a place of understanding that soil is solid love. That soul, that source, solid love. So even if something isn't working out the way you want it, still love it, because it will liberate it. Bernard, I love you. Hello, Day. Love it. If you want liberation from constipation of your consciousness, love it. Love it. That's why love knows no limits. That's why love isn't unconditional. Love is all things, right? Love exists in condition and non-condition. Love exists in hate. Love exists in all things, because love is the interwoven, the lace that keeps the shoes together, right? So, and whether you want to believe it or not, it doesn't matter, because it is. Whether you want to believe the sun exists and it gives us light, heat, and warmth, it doesn't matter, because it's there. So, hello, Elisa. So when we start looking at protecting, like you said, Melissa, protecting ourselves isn't necessarily... So if you protect yourself, or if you expect something, or if you direct something, or if you're involved in something, love is there always. Even when somebody hurts somebody, love is at the essence of what's going through all things. So even if somebody crosses that line, crosses that boundary, how you respond, how you react, comes from a place of love. If I respond in love in all things, I become stronger. I become more open. I become comfortable in my place of vulnerability. When I can see love is at the basis of everything. Hello, Iris. Because love is such a beautiful place, it's literally the fabric that binds everything together. Literally. And I've been really looking into my own self, going through the skin cancer, understanding ego, understanding my own idealistic self, understanding my identity. And it's like what I posted. Everything that I say, I, is the wave. But when I see we, and when I see the world, I'm not alone. That fullness automatically clicks in. When I go outside, think of it like this. If you go sit outside, right, the world is alive. You could be in the woods without anybody around you, and the world is alive. There's microscopic, there's bugs, there's birds, there's bees, there's bunnies, there's deer, there's wolves, there's bears. There's all of these dynamic things working together in unison, and it's alive. My prayers for you smoke healing tobacco. Smoke healing tobacco. Is there such a thing as healing tobacco? I didn't know tobacco healed. I know you can put on your face for stuff. So if I go outside into nature, when I'm speaking of grounding, I'm saying, don't just walk in nature, observe it. Awakening and awareness. That's what I was talking about in the beginning. Hello, Natalia. Awakening and awareness go hand in hand. The more you're awakening with these ideas and these symptoms and these catalysts and these things around you, when I've given love to someone who is attacking me, it disarms the anger and puts them into a different view. Exactly, it does. Oh, you're Native American. Hello. Oh, that's awesome. Feel free to send me something, like send me what I would look up on Google. I would appreciate it. You know what I want to do? Hey, Bernard, are you still there? I want to try something. Are you still around, Bernard? Or did you leave? Jennifer, hello. So I was thinking, so what I want to try on the next live, I'm not sure if it works. I want to try bringing somebody on and see what happens. And we can have a discussion. That would be cool. Who would be up for that? I may not try it this time because I might want to use my computer. But who would be up for that? Nancy's like, I'm here. So next time I go live, I want to bring somebody on for a discussion. And we can talk some stuff. We can talk about stuff. I think that would be super cool. Oh, perfect, Laura. Because I really want some really cool interaction. I think that would be really rad. So, soul seeds, awakening and awareness. The awakening is the stirring of the pot. The awareness is the ability to let that pot flow over. California pot means something else, but it's like, so you're awakening, you're getting out of bed, you're coming out from this hibernation, this stasis, you're coming out from this sleep, you're coming out from where we've been sold this other idea of the whole matrix, right? We've been sold that world of the matrix. And now you're awakening, you're rising up, you're standing up, you're saying, hey, I want to see what's around. The world is different. I'm awoke, right? And then now was when the awareness needs to kick in. You need to become aware. And if you're feeling separate, if you're feeling like that shift, but you don't know what to do, and you're feeling like these symptoms, you're feeling stressed, dive in really, really deep to the fullness of everything that's around you. Go outside, sit there, like Sadhguru said. He goes, I watched a blade of grass with ants on it, and I just he goes, and like 8 hours later, I was like, whoa, I've still been here. So dive in deep with the world around you. Look at the most micro of things and start to see things. And just for the record, this just to say what we need in the world more of. Is there a king ant? Is there a king bee? I don't think so. There's a queen bee. There's a queen ant. And you know, in the system of evolving consciousness, I think we need the queens to step up and to step out and to start taking that power from where it's just been laid on the ground. Men just threw that power away. Men just threw it away. And not on purpose. They just threw it away because they didn't understand that ancestral connection. And the shaman in history, a lot of shaman were women. To let you know, I was the front lines with over 500 tribes North Dakota. Yeah! That's awesome! My mom lives in Wyoming, and she has been keeping me on point. Like, she kept me up to date on all of that. And that was an amazing event. So many people came together. And even for all the tribal knowledge, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but Melissa, you can tell me. I believe that women with their ability to create and manifest and to give birth and the 9-month cycle and how everything evolves, I believe they have this distinct connection to source when it comes to providing this spirit of nurturing, that spirit of nature. Nature is nurture, right? So if we're going into this age of technology, if we don't bring nature with us, like the Hopi say, if we don't go the road of the heart, we're going to be in the head, and this logic, the only thing that lives in the logic is what we're experiencing now, is this entire like male mindset. And it's as a man, that male mindset is frustrating to me, because I love to feel, I love to give. I love to hold. I love to be compassionate. I love to feel a sense of belonging around me. I love to feel that connection, that sensitivity. But as a man in the world, that makes me seem metro or like a wimp. I so need Mother Nature. Exactly. Mother Nature is the goddess, and the sun and Mother Nature work synchronistically, and we have kind of severed that synchronistic skill of interaction by becoming overly dependent on the male knowledge. And we need that female nature spirit. We need that connection with nurturing and nature, and that's one of the things that I'm really hoping for, and that's why I'm going to start working on this book, Kama Sutra for the Soul, diving in deep to the male intimacy, because I think that men are hungry for intimacy. I think men are hungry for connection. I think men are so distracted. I think they're so distracted that they're distraught. And I think that's why we're seeing a lot of the disconnection in men right now. Because they're hungry for something and they don't know what it is. We need balance. We do. We need balance. We need balance. We need to remember we're all a human being. We have to start remembering that we're humanity, that we're a human race. We have to start remembering that we are on a big boat. And this boat, the boat is not going to fare well if we keep going to the other end and putting holes in it. Has anybody ever seen that? There's like a cartoon, and the boat's like this, sinking on one side, and it's because the two people are fighting back and forth, putting holes in the boat. Like, they're like, well, I don't want you to survive, so they're going to put the hole on the other side of the boat, and then the boat starts sinking there, and then they fix it, and they go do the same thing. So we're on a big boat, and we're putting holes in our own boat. And that goes against a being. That goes against the stasis of humanity. That goes against nature, which means that we're not coming from a place of that mother energy. Both divine feminine and masculine. Yes. So craving love and support from the sacred feminine. I believe that is true. I believe that the female energy, I believe that women have stepped into the power of balancing the masculine and feminine, maybe sometimes a bit too masculine, and I believe the men haven't done it. I believe they haven't stepped into the balance yet, and they don't understand why they're battling back and forth inside. I'll tell you, just from coaching people, seeing people in the search for love, that it's very evident that you can see that distance that men are having, distancing themselves from this intimacy, and it's distracting for them. Yes, they are distraught. That's why the commitment level is really frustrating for them. That's why it's hard for them to identify. That's why they're always trying to be so forward and fixing things and not just listening. The men are currently rising. It's a stunning, beautiful, and healing process. I believe they are. I believe, but the thing is that we have to, the way to start rising more is we have to, part of an awakening process is asking. We need to start asking more. We need to start, because when we start asking, and we start sitting together asking questions, we start asking questions of ourselves, we start looking at nature, and we're asking, well, how does that work? How does that evolve? Why is that? Why are we having a drought? Why are people having sickness? Why are people starving? Why aren't we able to provide solar energy for everybody? And we start asking these questions, and we start saying, well, why am I not, like, instead of making statements that are negative, like when we start saying, so why am I not feeling full? Why am I not feeling love? Why am I feeling insecure? And we start asking even questions of ourselves. I think that we evolve the conversation into the awakening, into the awareness. If we evolve the awakening process into that awareness process. Hello, Katya. How is Spain, by the way? Is it cold there? It's cold, right? Bridget. Oh, thank you, Bridget. You know, I don't look at myself as a role model. I look at myself as I'm just a being that's trying to be myself. And in the course of being myself, I try to wear it. I try to let it beat like a drum. Us wholeness are the backbone of our people. We are to protect our water, our children, our men, and to protect us, stand beside us, not behind us. Exactly. That's what I always say. If stand beside everybody. We're side by side looking into that great big blue, and we're just saying, what now? We're just looking into that beauty, that beautiful space. And I just get overwhelmed sometimes with it, like this song. Check this out. Talk about synchronicity. Famously, it's called In the Arms of a Woman. When she wakes me, she takes me back home. When she wakes me, she takes me back home. You see, because women, whether it's mother, sister, friend, daughter, or wife, or partner, reverence. It's beyond respect, right? It's reverence. And if we live in that state of reverence, then everything, it connects itself with love. Yes, I love Amos Lee. I've seen him in concert like 12 times, and I could give me 12 more, right? It's like, wow. He's my Friday man crush. If I was gay, I would be sending him love letters. I'd be a stalker, because he's just like a beautiful man. And the more men that are connected and not afraid to just say, even like what I just said, right? Just because they're in acknowledgement of just a beautiful soul. They're just an acknowledgement of the beautiful place that his heart is sitting, right? That's not come from a place of fear. It doesn't come from a place of expectation, because I'm not afraid, right? I'm not afraid to love my brother. I'm not afraid to stand like you guys stood in South Dakota. I'm not afraid to stand with my brothers. I'm not afraid to stand with my sisters. I'm not afraid to stand, like Martin Luther King said. You can beat us, you can kick us, you can knock us to the ground, but we're just going to stand here in a place of love, and we're going to love you. You can kill us, but we're going to still love you. And once we start living love and understanding that love is not about limiting it, love isn't about expectation, love isn't about working for it. When you can see love, if you've ever opened the door for somebody, like I just opened the door for this lady, and she looked at me and she gave me this childlike smile, like where her eyes were like, she was like, wow, thank you, right? And that's that acknowledgement, that childlike acknowledgement is that's that origin of love. It's a very cool place. It's a very sincere place when you can see that love in action, and it really starts to generate more around you the more you understand it, and the more you call out for it, and the more that you embrace it, and the more that you start exercising compassion, and the more you start exercising reverence. That love, I mean, I can just feel it right now in my heart. I can just feel it. I can just it's like a time machine. It just takes me back to all those moments in my life when I just felt that love, and I can feel that emotion. And that's even like the place that when I connect with that spirit, when I'm giving Reiki or allowing to be a conduit for Reiki, it's that energy of love, and it just flows, and it's healing. It's nurturing. It's that water of life, and it's abundant, and it's never stopping, and it's unlimited. And it's not about unconditional love. It's just about love. Elora. It's the flow in the full effect. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So I'm going to put out some Reiki if anybody is in need of Reiki. I'm feeling so much love right now, and I'm feeling really connected and really grounded and really just relaxed. And that's a good space for Reiki. Hello, Caitlin. And that's a great space for Reiki because Reiki is about giving from the heart. It's about just letting that compassion overwhelm you. So let me just kind of like take a second here. And if anybody is in need of energetic healing, energetic, and like resources, if you are confused, or if you're feeling distraught, or if you're feeling excited and you just want more excitement, somebody hit the curb. Thank you for, thanks universe for keeping me alive and well. Oh, she's going all over the curb. All right, so here we go. You heard that. Okay, so let's connect right now. And I'm just a conduit. I'm just a conduit. And I ask that whatever you need, you receive. Okay, ready? Let's get some Reiki. Okay. So that was a little silent Reiki. Little silent Reiki. Silent Reiki. Wow. I felt that. I felt it. It was really good. And see, even when people talk about, well, it drains me, it's like I have to guard myself. I have to shield myself. No, I don't think so. You know why? Because I'm getting that flow from the universe, that source, that love, and it's just pouring down through me. There's no backflow. It's just going. It's just flowing. And when I get in that river, that water is always rushing by me. That's a different river every moment, every second. That's a different river when I'm standing in it. And that river just takes everything and just flows and goes. And so I don't worry about trying to protect myself. I don't worry about trying to put up barriers. I don't worry about negative energy coming back, because I just get in that flow and let it just flow all the way through. And it heals me, it helps me, and it grounds me too. So if anybody ever wants to find out about Reiki, if you don't know about what Reiki is, just let me know. Wow, that was intense. I really loved that. That was really peaceful. It was really peaceful. So everybody have a wonderful, beautiful weekend. I have a wonderful show planned for YouTube on Sunday. It was rare form. It was just stream of consciousness. And I didn't post it on Thursday because I wanted it to be on Sunday. I just felt kind of led to have it on Sunday. I've really been diving in and studying the life, the Gnostic version, the mystical version of Yeshua and Mary Magdalene, and their interaction as a man and woman. And I've really just found this really nice, beautiful, dynamic place just to start unwinding certain things and expressing things. So thank you, everybody. Love you all. Have a beautiful, safe weekend. If you need anything, you know where to find me. And I appreciate all of your time and all your support. Thank you, Andrea. Have a wonderful, beautiful weekend. Peace, light, and love. And not only will I see you on the other side, I'll see you on every side.